big dream, spark the fire within. Building business brick by brick to win. Every setback, every climb, shape our hustle, strength and time. Chasing growth and nothing less. This is the journey from scratch to success.
Hello everybody, welcome to From Scratch to Success, where we interview the most successful entrepreneurs and find out about their journey. My name is Jay Ma, and today my hair is done by Laurent. Now, in this episode, we have the amazing Andre Pech, who is the founder and owner of Sydney's favorite kids entertainment company, Superhero Inc. Since starting at 2002, Superhero Inc. has hosted more than 30,000 parties and entertained more than 1 million children. Wow. Andre is friends with 200 superheroes. Andre is kind, creative, intelligent, and honestly, the most sweetest entrepreneur I know. I'm so blessed to have Andre here. So, how are you, Andre? Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. And I must say, I'm actually a little bit excited to meet this guy because he sounds fantastic.
Andre, you're so funny.
Kind, sweet. What was it? Kind,
intelligent. That's right. And that is you. That is you, Andre.
I'm looking forward to seeing him.
That is you. So let's begin. Tell me, how did it all start with the company?
Okay, well, again, thank you for that lovely intro. And I will take that. Please tell my wife all of those things. I'm not sure she knows about that. As for the origin story of superheroes, I have told this to lots of people, so apologies if you already know it. But 2002, I was studying and trying to make ends meet. I'd moved over here from Adelaide and suddenly got a slap in the face of rental prices and just general cost of living, trying to study full-time, trying to work full-time, and it really wasn't happening. And there I was, I guess, trying to make ends meet and looking for something that would give me, I guess, a supplementary income. And by chance, in the building I was living in, a guy named James was doing kids' parties already. And we just moved into this building and we had this communal clothesline. Very strange story. And there was this adult-sized Spider-Man costume.
Oh, wow.
On the clothesline.
Yes.
And we'd only been there a few weeks and we'd kind of meeting people and we'd say, what's the deal with this? We keep seeing this adult Spider-Man costume. They said, you've got to meet James. James is this crazy guy. And eventually met James and he said, I do kids' parties. We said, what's the deal? And he said, I do kids' parties and I'm oversubscribed. I'm turning away business. It's fun. We play games with kids and it pays really well.
Wow, okay.
He said, do you want to give it a go? And I said, absolutely not. This sounds really, really bad.
Yes.
But then I go to my bar, the bar I'm working at, and I'm, $15 an hour. And at the time, he was charging around $160 for an hour show.
Yeah.
And I thought, hang on, I'm working $15 an hour in the bar, doing a 12-hour shift. I could basically just do one of these events.
That's right, yes.
And so I went back to James and I said, hey, is that okay to give that a go? He said, yeah, sure.
Okay.
And I did an event for him and it was horrible. It was so bad.
Really?
I was just so embarrassed and I didn't know what to do and so on. And having said that, though, I survived and I left the event and they gave me a whole pile of 20s. And remember, this is 2002, so that was a lot of money.
Yes.
And I got back in the car and first thing I said to myself was, God, I'm never doing that again. That was horrible. And then I looked over on the seat next to me.
Yes.
And there's a Spider-Man mask and a whole pile of 20s. And I thought, gee, well, it wasn't that bad. I survived. And so I started working with James for about a year, and I was studying business at the time.
Okay.
And I kind of became his, I guess, protege.
Yes.
And was saying to James, how about we do this? How about we advertise here? How about we offer this? Just my business mind was switching on.
Yes.
And he was only ever interested in doing enough just to kind of keep him going. He was an artist.
Okay.
And he thought, if I do this on weekends, then I can paint all week.
I see.
And so that was his motivation. And after about a year, he just said, you know what, this doesn't really work with my artistic motivations anymore, so I'm just not interested in this. You go do your own thing. And so all of a sudden, there I was with a Spider-Man costume. Sorry, this is a long answer.
That's great. This is so good.
There I was with a Spider-Man costume and nowhere to use it. He was advertising, James was advertising in a magazine called Sydney's Child.
Okay.
And that was, again, this is 2002. The internet's only new.
Yes.
The newspapers and media like that were the place to get the information. They actually called me up and they said, hey, James doesn't want his ad anymore.
Oh.
Do you want it? And I said, sure, what do I do? And they said, well, we've got the ad. How about we just change the phone number? And thought, great. That was easy. So all of a sudden, this must have been 2003 now.
Yeah.
I'm now my own business.
Wow.
And so, what was I, 23 at that point? Then the phone started ringing. And as I said, I was studying business. So it was great in that I was able to use my own business. Well, I wouldn't call it a business then, but I was able to do all my assignments with this top of mind as opposed to the fictitious bakery or the fictitious whatever company that they have you doing your assignments on. And it just kind of grew from there.
Wow.
There's my origin story right there.
Wow, that's very inspiring. So after you started sort of like the business, what were some of the challenges that you faced, and maybe like some doubts and comes in your mind because of those challenges? Can you share some of those?
Oh God, okay. Well, there's doubts and challenges. They never stop. From the get-go, all of a sudden you're thinking about how do you make this work? How do you get bookings? What do you need to do? The format, I guess the product and the way that we did our shows was just inherited.
Yes.
And ultimately, and the pricing and the structure and all of that as well. And so I hadn't thought about it until all of a sudden now I'm doing it for myself, and now I'm able to make decisions and think about the way we want to sell, the actual product itself, and how we want to formulate this. And so over the next couple of years, it was really just working that out. I had some mates who were also kind of, silly, and we're all in our early 20s. And if we got double bookings or triple bookings, and all of a sudden I was like, hey, can you help me out? Do you want to do this too? And so I had some guys that came and worked with me as well. And, I guess the mantra in business is you always say yes, especially when you're starting out. And so when someone would call us up and say, hey, do you have this character? Yes. Can you do that time? Yes.
Wow.
Can you offer something strange? Yes. And just try and make it work. Some of those things didn't work. There's lots of stories there. But ultimately, you learn. You either win or you learn. And so if you do a good event, if you make things work, then you go, great, okay, this is another feather to add to your bow. No, feather to your cap? String to your bow. That's the one. So,
that's it, yes.
Going to mix some metaphors. Yes, add another feather to my bow. And then over time you realise what you're good at, or what equipment you need, or how to sell better, or how to structure things better. You get a website. You get a CRM, a very basic CRM in early 2000s, and try and figure these things out. So many things you just have to learn by doing.
Yes.
And this industry and this product is not something that there is a handbook for. So we had to invent our own show. We had to figure out costumes. We had to figure out wigs. We had to figure out equipment. We had to figure out suppliers. We had to figure out, all of these things, how to do face paints, what kind of a face paint equipment you need, what are the best balloons, so on and so on. And ultimately, so much of it is learned by doing.
Yes.
Now, fast forward 23 years.
Yes,
God,
yes.
That's a long time. Fast forward 23 years. I'm not an expert in anything, but I'm proficient in websites, in SEO, in CRM design, I'm based on the fact that our CRM, when we got it, was pretty funky, pretty rubbish. If you're in Salesforce, please give me a call. We can have a chat. But yeah, very good at that now. I've developed a knack and actually a love for back of house systems and processes.
Wow.
Making things work really well. And I think now, again, fast forward 20-something years, I think back of house at least, I'll let the customers tell us if our products are good, but back of house, we run a very, very tight ship.
Wow. That's
Just make everything tight because you've got to.
Yeah, wow. That's what a journey, huh? I just want to ask you how, the first success for Superhero Inc. Can you remember a time where you feel like, wow, I can actually see, the business is blossom, and how did you feel that first success milestone?
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a few. I try to remember, and I'm sure I'm lying, but I think in my head, I think I remember almost every party I did.
Wow.
And it's not to say if you said to me, John Smith, aged 5,
Yes.
Batman, I had no idea there. But if I went to the same park or if, something like that, I'd go, oh yeah, okay, I remember this. And there's a few key things that really kind of stick out. I still remember taking my very first booking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And kind of like going, wow, this is amazing. Oh God, obviously a long time ago. When we registered the business name, when you get your first website. I remember a lot of failures as well. And you learn a lot more from the failures than you do the successes, and kind of new products or new formats that don't quite work, or events you've done and you go, you know what, I didn't handle that very well. But ultimately, there's 5 or 6 key things I remember. When was it? Maybe 5 or 6 years in, this is a silly story, but ultimately, as performers, as entertainers, because you want to organise your business.
Yes.
But then the product is the entertainment.
That's right.
And so over time, we develop these storylines and ways of telling the story, ways of kind of setting up the framework of the event so that not just the kids are having fun, but also that the parents are seeing this overarching kind of transition. And for those people who are out in the world who know acting and so on, we use a thing called the hero's journey.
Okay.
And basically, it's every single movie follows this. Where if you think Spider-Man, he's a boy.
Yes.
He gets bitten by the spider. He goes through a transition. He realizes he's got to be this great guy, and he doesn't want to do it, and and ultimately, then he gets to the other side. And he learns. That's kind of every single movie ever. And so we do this version of that. Anyway, so I've, on the way to an event, had to swap cars with my wife.
Okay.
And realised I've left all my equipment in her car. And I've got to do a 90-minute event. And luckily, I had my phone and my costume. And that was it.
Wow.
And I was the other side of town, and I'm on my way, and I just had this kind of sudden realization of,
oh my
goodness, I won't swear, but I did at the time.
Yes.
And just went, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I just thought, okay, I can either be an hour late to this event or I can wing it. And in my head, I was like, okay, Andre, you can do this.
Did you wing it? I'm thinking you did.
what do you think? But no, I got there and like I really had to think, okay, how am I going to do these games?
Yes.
No streamers, no balloons, no music, no present. We do a present for the child. The only thing I had actually was business cards, which I keep in the glove box.
Okay.
Obviously, you can't do much with them. Anyway, so I've got to the event and just completely winged it. And luckily, the parents had a stereo there, and the parents were very nice. They were willing participants, which always helps,
That's
especially
good.
with kids. It makes them feel more comfortable if
That's
the parents are
right.
involved.
Yes.
And so, I was able to do it. And I remember just walking out of that party just going, you know what, Andre, that's pretty good.
Wow.
I'm pretty happy with that because I was able to do the full event and make it sing even with that kind of issue. And there's another one that sticks out, very similar in that I think there was maybe 20 kids.
Okay.
I've turned up to this event.
Yeah.
Kind of superhero, jump over the fence. Hello,
Yes.
here I am.
Yes.
And there's maybe 20 kids, and within about 3 minutes, maybe 18 of them were crying
Oh.
because I just gone in too hard.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
So they were a little bit scared.
Yeah, like 3 and 4 year olds.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes you get kids that are like, yeah, let's do it, and other times you get kids that are quite timid. And these guys were really timid. They were all crying.
Aww.
And I just looked at the mum and I just said, I'm so sorry. The birthday boy was crying, but there was like two kids that were like, yeah, this is cool. And so I just worked with these two kids.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. And over the course of the hour, one by one, the 17 or 18 kids over here, one by one joined in. And the last kind of 10 minutes, I had them all.
Yeah.
And the mum came up to me afterwards and just said, you did really well.
Wow.
And I had to apologise for scaring them in the first place.
Yes. But it just,
But I was like, okay, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to throw in some little jokes and, bring them in one by one, like kind of fishing. Like, whoosh.
Yes.
Okay, who likes that joke? Whoosh, whoosh. Okay, I've got 2 more of you in, okay? And who likes balloons? Okay, a couple more.
Yeah.
Bring them in. And, I mean, ultimately, I would prefer if they were all really happy the whole time. But they're the points, as from a entertainment point of view, where you go, okay, I got this. Don't freak out. Kids are going to cry. There's always a kid that cries.
That's right.
There's always a kid that's not interested. There's always a kid who'd rather play with their shoe.
That's yes.
Doesn't matter.
That's right.
It doesn't matter what it is. There's always one kid who doesn't care. And you've got to kind of go, okay, well, that's the kid that doesn't care, but that kid over there, I reckon I can bring them in and I can do a joke or I can do a balloon or I can kind of, try and catch their eye. And, okay, are we good? Are we friends now? Cool.
Yes.
And so they're the things that kind of stick with you. You go, okay, I can do this.
Do this,
And
wow.
so now, obviously the next event I do, something's going to go wrong. That's just how it works. But I feel that when I go into an event, I'm calm, I'm ready to roll with the punches, make sure the client feels really comfortable whilst also having fun. If I'm having fun, the kids are having fun. If the kids are having fun, then I'm having fun.
Yeah,
So
wow. It almost sounds like you have to think on the spot, because all the parties are different. I think leading to the next question is that, was there some things that you had to overcome, like hard lessons that, any hard lessons, and how did you overcome it? How did you actually overcome that?
Well, I mean, there's personal lessons and then there's also professional lessons. And from a personal standpoint, I was never a person to be on time. I was never a person to be organised.
Yeah.
My parents, my teachers, my now wife will tell you all of those things. Personally, I've had to kind of just switch on. I noticed that I was much earlier than you today, actually.
Well, you actually come early today, which was amazing. Which was amazing, yes.
Yeah, try and make sure I'm early to things, organised, you think ahead.
Yes.
You mentally kind of play through what's required, what are the things that you need to do, but also then what are the things that could go wrong. So making sure that you're there early. Like we say, if you're 14 minutes early, you're 1 minute late.
I see.
Yep. So we always
That's a
try
good
and-
mindset.
Yeah, we always try and be 15 minutes at least early to everything ready to go.
Yeah.
But professionally, yes, so much. So many things we've tried, so many things I've tried. And ultimately, as an entrepreneur, you always need to, what do they say at Facebook? Move fast and break things? Is that the one?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
yes.
so now we're not breaking things or trying not to, but what we are trying to do is try new things and always be ready for the next thing. Always trying to improve. Like you kind of have to, and ultimately, most people that start out as entrepreneurs or in self-employed, they start out because they're good at one thing. So I'm really good at baking. I'm going to be a cake maker. I'm really good at birthday parties, so I'm going to be a Batman, whatever it is. But ultimately, then you realize that that's not actually the business. The business is everything around that. So it's the people. You've got to have good people around you. You've got to be able to lead them. You've got to be financially savvy from your sales and marketing point of view. You've got to understand what it is that takes people along this journey of being aware of you, to actually considering you, to having that conversation with you and saying, yeah, I want to go with you. And that's only half of it. Then you've actually got to give them the product, whatever it is, or the service in our case, take them through that, make sure they're happy all the way through. And then on the other side, getting confirmation, were you happy with our product? And if so, well, if you weren't, then let's talk about it. And if you were, then please tell your friends, please become a testimonial and so on. So you're understanding that whole process. And so what we do, the product of entertainment is, I would spend maybe 10% of my time actually dealing with that.
Okay.
And the other 90% is the financials, the sales processes, the people, the development, personal development for myself and for the company. I'm sure there's a few other things I'm missing there, but it's being across all of those things, because that is a business.
That's right. Yes.
So doing one thing, I can make a great cake. That's not a business.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, understanding all those things. So, and they are the challenges that come, because ultimately that's what slaps you in the face when you go, oh, gee, I thought because I'm good at doing accounts that I would be a bookkeeper. It's like, well, yeah, but everything else.
Yeah.
That's the business.
So it's like always upskilling yourself to always learn more. And I think the next question I have for you is, obviously it's been a journey. It's been over 20 years.
Yeah.
What's that keeps you going?
I mean, I'd be lying, and I'd be really obviously lying if I said that I hadn't, gone through those challenges and so on. And I think there's this great meme about being an entrepreneur, and it's like 9 a.m. I can do this. 10 a.m. What the hell am I thinking? 11 o'clock. This is the best thing ever. 12 o'clock. I'm going out of business. 1 o'clock. And it's just do.
Yes,
and
yes.
that's what happens every single day. You just go like up and down and left and right and so on. And the things that kind of keep me going are not so much, like I said before, not so much the actual product, but the things around that. And I really enjoy the mechanics of business, of putting together sales and marketing processes, putting together back of house systems. I didn't know this when I first started, but I'm actually a bit of a kind of systems nerd.
Oh.
I really love that.
Okay.
And making sure that things are easy, making sure, like we have, obviously we're a company that works in characters.
Yes.
And so the character that runs the office is Captain Obvious. So it's a joke, but at the same time it's true. Like we have to try and make everything as easy and as obvious and as simple as possible. So you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Everything's documented. There's videos for everything, both for our entertainment staff, for our office staff, our clients, which is this is how you book.
Yeah.
This is how you book an event if you are an office person.
Yes.
This is what we need to book an event if you are a client. If you are looking to understand what we do as a company, then go here. Captain Obvious says make it easy. And so they're the things that kind of really excite me. And so now I've actually taken that love and I'm as a second role or a new role, whatever you want to call it, I do small business advisory.
Okay.
Specifically based around those things. Well, obviously the whole company-wide thing, the people, the processes, the financials. Though my personal love is around systems and processes and around sales and marketing. They're the things that kind of, I nerd out on. God, I sound really nerdy and dumb.
No, you're like surprisingly, it's wonderful.
Sorry. I should get back to being silly.
I did say, you are very intelligent, which you are. And I think, Andre, you've always been someone that I look up to. And I think the next question is,
But you are very short and I'm very tall. So.
That is true, guys. Andre is very tall. I am still growing, though.
You said the other day you were 5'4".
Okay, let's keep
So
that.
did I say too much?
It's okay.
6'4".
It's okay.
No,
that's too tall. Okay.
5'10".
But going back
What's
to
the perfect height? I'll tell everyone you're that.
5'4", it's fine.
5 foot. Okay.
Yeah. I think going back to because I
And
do
rocking
feel. Thank you. I do feel like you're very inspiring. And I think a lot of people starting out business, they would want to know also like how would you deal with like burnout? Like is it time? Yeah, like burnout and fear or criticism. Stuff like that.
I'm actually probably the wrong person to talk to about that because, well, my wife tells me that I take everything to heart. And I do. And I think that when it's your own business, you do take it to heart. And that's the strength and the weakness.
Yeah.
So when you take it to heart, you are kind of motivated to make things better, faster, stronger. Because like for me, I, rightly or wrongly, for a long time have lived, like my persona has been intertwined with the company. And, like a psychologist will tell you that that's not the right thing to do.
Okay.
You've got to delineate those things. And so, but the good part about it is that when you take it to heart, you are putting your heart into the business. And when you put your heart into the business and your soul, and your money, then you are trying to make it as good as possible. And the benefits of that are great because it means that there's passion and you're motivated to do as best as you can. The flip side of that is that when and everyone gets criticism, right?
Yes,
everyone
of
gets
course.
complaints.
That's right. Yeah.
When you do take that to heart, it can really hurt you. Yeah. And so I still remember complaints that we got 15, 20 years ago.
Wow.
That just play over in my head.
Yeah.
And, some of them I go, yeah, okay, fair enough. Some of them I think are completely unrealistic. What I've come to realise is that, Jama, you know me, I love my restaurant analogies, my metaphors. So you can go to the best restaurant in the world and there'll be 10 of you there. 9 of you will come away saying, that was the best meal I've ever had. And one person will say, well, I didn't quite like the way they did the thing, the sauce or the whatever. And that's the best restaurant in the world, So there's personal taste that comes into it. And for a company like us, where we are going to, we do performance, and for the people that don't know, we generally do entertainment for events.
Yes.
The venue is decided by the customer.
Yes.
They obviously provide their own children for the event.
Yes, I hope
haven't
so.
worked that one
I hope
out,
so.
yeah.
Yes.
But that's just what happens.
Yes. Yeah.
But what that means is you're dealing with a venue that you may not know very well.
That's
and you're
right.
dealing with a group of people you don't know very well. And also because we deal primarily with children, there's a lot more actually I was about to say there's a lot more emotion involved, but maybe it's just that adults are better at hiding it. So or masking it. And so for kids, if there's a kid and you could do the best show ever, and like I said, there's always someone who wants to play with their shoe. For younger children, they may not have slept very well the night before because they're so excited that
That's
they have
right.
their birthday
That's
party,
right. Yes.
or they're full of sugar, or
Yes.
whatever it is.
Yes.
And so when you get there, you could do an amazing show, but if that kid's not interested, then the client will sometimes blame you. And I know personally, I've done a show where I've done it amazingly well, and the parent has said, yeah, well, my son didn't have a great time. And I'll say, well, your son did have a good time. However, you told me at the start of the show that he was in a bad mood.
Yes,
because,
that's right.
Like it's
Such and such,
It's a long day for a
That's
4-year-old.
right.
It's a very long day.
That's right.
They're full of sugar. They got up early in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it's my birthday.
That's right.
And then we
Yeah.
don't get there until 2 or 3 in the afternoon, by
Yeah.
which time they're burnt out. That's nothing to do with us.
That's
However,
right.
the client doesn't see it like that because they see you were hired to give my son a great time.
Yes.
The fact that my son didn't have a great time had nothing to do with you, but in their mind,
That's
it
yeah.
did. And so you've got to be able to take that with a grain of salt sometimes. Actually, we had
Yes.
this amazing complaint the other day, and I'll have to find you the email, but it was the client said, and apologies if this is the client, but you know who you are, said your guy, your whatever it was, superhero,
Yes.
gave my son 6, it must have been either 5 or 6 balloons,
Okay.
and he kept popping them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he didn't give him the final balloon because he had to go.
Okay.
I would have preferred if your entertainer had given my son the 6th balloon. And I kind of read that and went like,
Okay.
how many balloons do we have to give this kid who, as the parent has said, is
Yeah.
always popping them?
That's right.
And there's 20 other kids there. It's like, we can't just do balloons all
Of
day.
course. Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry we didn't give you 1,000,000 balloons, but
Yeah.
we ran out of time.
That's right.
And if we've already given you 5 or 6 balloons, what else can we do? So, but that's people.
That's right.
That's
Yep.
people. So you've got to be able to take the good with the bad. And as I said before, we go to someone's venue, and
Yes.
so we say
Yep.
we will do this kind of format.
Yep.
If they give us a venue or a group of kids that isn't going to work for that particular thing,
Yeah.
then sometimes we'll get people saying, well, I thought you were going to do this. And I
Yes.
say, well, I thought you were going to give us a venue where we could do that. But
Yeah.
that didn't happen. So there's that. It's all about communication. And so to your original question, and sorry, I am talking a lot,
No, it's good.
but to your question, taking things to heart can be very difficult, and burnout does exist, and I've been through that myself. Where ultimately what's the phrase? The straw that breaks the camel's back.
Oh,
It
yes,
just
that's
kind
it.
of,
Yeah.
You just go, gee, what do I have to do? What do we have to do to make people think that we're good? What do we have to do?
Yeah.
And the answer is you always need to do more because the people before,
Yeah.
those people thought you were great, but those people aren't booking you. These people are. So you've got to have some kind of safeguards in order to handle that. I'm not the person to give advice on that
okay.
because
It has sort of taken a
it has taken its toll, absolutely. And I like to think that whatever business I go into next,
Yes.
it won't be something that talks back.
Oh yes.
Or won't be something that will kind of cry or
Yes,
eat too
wow.
many lollies
Yeah.
or run and hide
Yeah.
if they don't like you and your mask or whatever it is. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think no, well
something with less moving parts maybe.
yes. I think it's such a raw and honest answer, and I think that's what this show is all about, because you're not gonna have like answers for everything, but I truly appreciate how like just how open you are. And I want to say that if you guys Google Superhero Inc. right now on your Google, you will see there's
We'll put the
millions.
link down the bottom, won't we?
Yes, there's millions of good positive feedback about this company, and
Good.
as you can see,
Great.
and as
5
you guys,
stars.
that's right, and as you guys can hear that, you know, Andre, you truly care, and I think that's what passionate success entrepreneurs about, because they truly care, and
Yeah,
I think that's
well-
that's so important. And going on that, I'm going to the next question
Yeah.
for you, which is something, you know, you can answer however you like. It's what does success mean to you?
That's a good question. Well, success has many parts, and you know, ultimately, well, you've got your financial success. You're like, as I said before, I'm you know, business advisor also, and
Yeah.
you can't do anything else if you don't have revenue, if you don't have profit. Okay, you can't.
That's right.
So it doesn't matter how fantastic you are, if there's money not coming in, you're in trouble. So
yeah, that's right.
that's, if you want to look at it like Maslow's hierarchy. Apologies to my consumer behavior lecturer, because I'm going to completely butcher this. But you know, Maslow's hierarchy, if you turn that into a business sense, you've got to have financial success on the bottom. Otherwise, you can't do anything else. What is really nice is to know that you've made people happy, and obviously we do happy in terms of like smiles for
Yes,
kids' parties,
yes,
but
of course,
it
yeah.
could be making life easier for
Yeah.
them, or making, you know, if you're a painter, then you know, doing a good paint job.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, if you're doing your job well and having a nice sense of satisfaction there, knowing that you have good people around you and have worked with lots of people, and I think over the years we would have worked with, God knows, hundreds.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you. I'd be
Yeah.
making it up, but it's got to be hundreds of entertainers
Of
that we've worked
course.
with over the years, and a lot of them I still count as close friends, including, well, I mean, you're getting there. And
Okay. No, we are. I think
so close.
so close. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, you've worked with some lovely people, and I like to think that, I mean, I'm not going to kid myself and think, oh, this is a legacy that's going to be here for 100 years, you know. No,
You
but at
never
the same
know.
time, we've had fun and hopefully built something, and that people have enjoyed and have learnt from. And there's a lot of people, you know, a lot of people that work with us are actors, or students, and they've been able to work with us and have fun on weekends whilst also learning, or, you know, going for jobs if you're an actor, or, you know,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
that's right. Yeah.
And being able to work with us, and that's been the basis for their financial success over those years. And that's really nice. And, you know, what else? You know, I guess just being able to look at that is nice. I mean, obviously it would be, you do need that financial side of things. And if I had my time again, I may not go into this field. Well,
okay.
you know, like the amount of return for the amount of effort isn't anywhere near as much as other things. But like I said, this is my starter business. What I do next,
Yes.
watch this space.
That's right. We
It's
will.
going to be big.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
And you all better buy it, whatever it is. So,
very good.
but yes, they're the things that kind of are nice, I think.
Okay.
Actually, recently in the last couple of years, we had the very first person that worked for us who we had entertained as a child.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Callum,
That's,
and he ended up working with us for about 3 or 4 years.
yes.
It must have been 04, 05, we did his party when he was about 4 or 5, and he came to work with us when he was about 20. His mum actually kept the business card.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for 15 odd years.
That's powerful. It says a lot about about the business and
makes
about
you
who
feel
you
old
are.
though. When
No, you're still young. That's fine.
Just
Now,
delighted.
the next questions is going to be the power round, where I'm going to ask you quick 5 questions. I think it's 5 or 6, and you're going to give me short and sharp answers,
Okay.
and we're going to get through that power round.
All right,
it's very exciting.
I'm not great at short answers, so
No,
feel
that's
free
fine.
to whack me over the head if I'm speaking too long.
No, that's fine. So, let's go. The first question.
Green. Sorry.
No. First question. A business book or podcast that changed your thinking?
You did ask me about this. Damn it. I think it's called Scaling Up. There's a few, actually. Scaling Up. And I was in a group called EO for a long time, and that's the basis of the group. So I think it's Scaling Up. Checklist Manifesto is fantastic. And okay, we're keeping it
that's
quick.
good.
Great.
Yes. Best advice you've ever received?
Oh God. Actually, it's super obvious. There's a few little mantras I live by. One is, if it is to be, it's up to me. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but someone said, don't wish life were easier, wish you were better. And an advertising friend just said, whatever you want to do, if you want to be a success in business, find what the competition is doing, do it better.
Okay.
It's pretty bloody obvious.
What's one thing you wish you've done differently?
Does this podcast count as an answer? Or?
Come on.
Sorry. Are we keeping that in? We'll edit that out later. Things I wish I'd done differently.
Yes.
Bitcoin.
Okay. Let's just keep as that. Keep that one as that. Okay. If you lost everything, what would be your first move?
Find my wife's phone number. Is that everything?
Smart
Is that what you mean?
answer. Yes, that's it. That's good.
Love you, Claire. Do you mean?
Shout out to Claire. Yes.
Shout out to Claire. Love you, babes.
Last question here. What is one myth about entrepreneurship you like to burst?
Oh, God. Okay, that's the easiest of them all. There are a lot of people out there, and I know I'm going to sound so old when I say this, but there are so many people out there. And like that point before about, I'm good at one thing, therefore that will be my business.
Yes.
Can I swear on this? I won't swear. I'll just say that's BS.
You can beep it out. Beep.
That's
That's it, yes.
And anyone who thinks it's crazy easy, I'm going to be the next Zuckerberg off this one idea, it's bollocks. It's hard work, it's late nights, it's determination, it's missing out on dinners and weekends away and so on. One thing I would say that whatever you want to do, and this is, I didn't do this, it's really obvious. Go and work for someone who's already doing that. And if you're going to work for us, don't do that because we don't want you making mistakes on our dollar. But that's what you do. If you want to run a cafe, go and work in a cafe, make mistakes on their dollar. And I don't mean make mistakes like deliberately.
That's right, of course.
I just mean learn. Learn on their dollar. Be a great employee. Understand what it's like to run a cafe. Then run your own cafe. Then do those things. Like
that's right.
You will learn a hell of a lot more
if
you're doing it yourself.
Of course.
For some people like myself who never listened to anyone, never took advice, like I'm the poster boy for dumb decisions. But some people can only learn by doing and doing the wrong thing. That's me. But for everyone else, kind of just learn on someone else's dollar. And the last thing I'd say, there's a lot of people out there who are scared to do this.
Yes.
And like, I've got a lot of friends in corporate life who are like, I could never do that.
That's right.
I think like, it's it's not easy, but it's not that hard either. It's just it's not difficult. It's just hard. Okay? There's a difference.
So
you just got to put the time into it.
That's
but if you can, and then those same people will say, "Oh, well, I'm work this corporate life and I'm there all day, and we're having these stupid meetings and all these things." And I think, well, you could be doing entrepreneurship if you wanted to. Not everyone wants to. It's not for everybody.
that's right. Yeah. So follow up on that. It's what would be the advice that you give to somebody that is just starting out to have their own business?
Listen, learn, go to as many of the networking events as you can. Don't sign up. Actually, do go to the free kind of events where they try and sell you. Don't buy it.
Okay.
Most of it's rubbish.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm being rude to those people. It's not rubbish. However, it's not always for you.
That's right. Yeah. So suss it out, basically.
Hope I'm not going to get any garbage thrown at me now. And I'm saying that as a consultant myself, as an advisor.
Yes.
It's all about time and place. If
That's
it's not
right.
the right time for you, you're not going to get value out
That's
of
right.
it. If it is the time and you're ready to invest time, money, effort into it, and you're mentally switched on, then you will go through the roof. But those things need to link up.
So I guess my next question for you, Andre, is so what is next for you? Like, what's the future goals for Superhero Inc. and for yourself?
Okay, well, is world domination too short an answer? No, so I don't know. Like I said before, I enjoy what I do, but at the same time, 20 years in any business, is a long time. So I've got ideas. I want to. Well, I'm really enjoying the advisory that I'm doing, consultant. That's working with lots of different companies and getting their stories and seeing how other companies do things.
Okay, yeah.
And hopefully being of some help to them.
Yes.
That's really good. And really just trying to think of the next thing. And at the moment, I have no idea what the next thing is.
Okay.
I'd love to be able to say, here's the widget that I'm going to sell next. And we're going to build a business around that widget. But I don't know what that is.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to find that. So I guess watch this space.
Yes. Now, how does viewers, for people that's watching, how do they get
Call now.
how do they get in contact with you, and how do they follow the business? Do you want to?
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to put some taglines down the bottom.
Okay, yes,
we will
do that. Yes.
Superheroes.com.au is the website. Instagram is superheroes_inc, INC. Otherwise, there's a whole pile of social handles and so on, so we'll put them on for you.
Yeah.
But we're Sydney's premier children's entertainment. Give us a call.
That's right. And we can just Google as well.
We'll make sure your party is fantastic.
Yes, wonderful. Well, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for coming on to the show today. I feel like we definitely went through the whole thing from scratch
It's
to
been
success.
emotional.
So it's really good.
I need a shower.
I just want to say thank you. Truly value your time, and all joke aside, you are someone that I really do look up to, and I really value your friendship and also just just who you are. So thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Guys, thank you so much for watching From Scratch to Success. My name is Jayma, and until next time, take care.
Bye.
Bye.